Marcus Rivera thought doing the right thing would always pay off. He was wrong. When the 16-year-old saw a stranger with a flat tire in the parking lot of Joe's Auto Parts, he didn't hesitate. He grabbed his tools and got to work. The man looked stressed, upset, like his whole day was falling apart. Marcus just wanted to help. He had no idea the stranger was Elon Musk. He had no idea someone was filming everything. And he definitely had no idea that refusing payment for his kindness would get him fired the very next day. But what Marcus didn't know was that his act of pure goodness had set something incredible in motion. Something that would take him from the auto parts shop in Austin, Texas, to the most important mission in human history. Sometimes losing everything is just making room for the impossible. The smell of motor oil and old tires filled Marcus Rivera's nose as he wiped his hands on a dirty rag. It was 3:30 on a Tuesday afternoon in Austin, Texas. The October sun beat down on the parking lot of Joe's Auto Parts on South Lamar Boulevard. Marcus loved working here after school, not because of the pay. $15 an hour wasn't much, but he loved the way engines worked. He loved fixing things that were broken. Most of all, he loved helping people get back on the road. "Marcus, get over here and help me with this." "Carburetor!" shouted Mr. Patterson from inside the shop. His boss was a big man with grease under his fingernails and anger in his voice most days. "Coming, sir," Marcus called back. He was 16, but he had been working with cars since he was 12. His hands knew tools like other kids knew video games. Marcus hurried toward the shop door. That's when he saw the black Tesla in the parking lot. Steam was coming from under the hood. Well, not really steam. Teslas don't have regular engines, but something was definitely wrong. A tall man in a black t-shirt stood next to the car. He looked frustrated. He kept checking his phone and shaking his head. The man had messy brown hair and tired eyes. Marcus stopped walking. He knew that face. Everyone in America knew that face. It was Elon Musk. The richest man in the world was standing 20 feet away from Marcus. And his fancy electric car was broken. "Marcus Rivera, where are you?" Mr. Patterson's voice boomed from inside. Marcus looked at the shop, then back at Elon Musk. The man looked really upset. He was talking on his phone now. "No, I can't make the meeting," Elon was saying. "My car broke down, and I'm stuck in some parking lot in Austin." Marcus took a step closer, then another. His heart was beating fast. "Excuse me, sir," Marcus said quietly. Elon looked up from his phone. "Hold on," he said to whoever he was talking to. He looked at Marcus with tired eyes. "Yeah, kid. Is your car having problems? I work here. Maybe I can help." Elon looked surprised. "You know about Teslas? I know about cars. Electric ones, too. My mom's friend has a Tesla. I helped fix her charging port last month." Elon ended his phone call and put the phone in his pocket. "What's your name?" "Marcus Rivera, sir." "Well, Marcus Rivera, I've got a flat tire and no spare. The tire pressure system is going crazy. I've called 3 towing companies and they're all backed up for hours." Marcus walked around the Tesla. The front right tire was completely flat. But that wasn't the only problem. The wheel was damaged too. It looked like Elon had hit a big pothole. "Sir, I can fix this," Marcus said. "We have tires that will fit, and I can patch up that wheel damage so it's safe to drive." Elon raised his eyebrows. "Really? How much will it cost?" Marcus thought for a moment. A new tire would cost about $200. Labor would be another $100. But looking at Elon's stressed face, Marcus made a decision. "Don't worry about the cost right now, sir. Let me just help you get back on the road." For the first time, Elon smiled. That's very kind of you, Marcus. Marcus ran into the shop. Mr. Patterson, I need to help a customer real quick. Make it fast, Patterson yelled back, and make sure they pay. Marcus grabbed his tools and a tire that would fit the Tesla. He rolled it outside to where Elon was waiting. You sure you know what you're doing, kid? Elon asked. Yes, sir. I've been working on cars for 4 years. My dad taught me before he died. Marcus didn't know why he shared that. He usually didn't talk about his dad with strangers. Elon's expression softened. I'm sorry about your father, Marcus. Thank you, sir. He would have liked helping you too. He always said cars bring people together. Marcus got to work. He jacked up the Tesla and removed the flat tire. The wheel was scratched, but not too bad. He used a special tool to smooth out the rough spots. Where did you learn to do that? Elon asked, watching closely. YouTube and practice, Marcus said with a grin, and lots of mistakes when I was younger. It took 30 minutes to mount the new tire and balance everything. Marcus checked the tire pressure twice. He tested the electronic systems to make sure everything was working. There you go, sir. Good as new. Elon walked around his car, impressed. This looks perfect, Marcus. What do I owe you? Marcus wiped his hands on his rag. Nothing, sir. Nothing. Come on. This tire cost money. Your time is worth something. You seem like you were having a bad day. I just wanted to help make it better. Elon stared at Marcus for a long moment. How old are you? 16, sir. Do you go to school? Yes, sir. I'm a junior at Austin High. I work here after school and weekends to help my mom with bills. What does your mom do? She cleans offices downtown. She works really hard. Elon pulled out his wallet. Marcus, please let me pay you something. Marcus shook his head. Really, sir, it's okay. I was happy to help. Elon looked like he wanted to argue. Instead, he put his wallet away and held out his hand. Well then, thank you, Marcus Rivera. You saved my day. They shook hands. Elon's grip was firm and warm. Can I ask you something, sir? Marcus said. Sure. Is it true you're really going to Mars? Elon laughed. That's the plan. Why, you want to come along? Marcus felt his cheeks get hot. Maybe someday. I want to study engineering in college, if I can afford it. Keep working hard, Marcus. Good things happen to good people. Elon got in his Tesla and rolled down the window. Hey, Marcus, what's your favorite subject in school? Math and science, especially physics. I love learning how things work. Keep studying, Elon said. The world needs more people like you. The Tesla pulled out of the parking lot silently. Marcus watched it disappear down South Lamar Boulevard. He felt proud. He had helped someone who was changing the world, and he had done it without wanting anything back. Marcus Rivera. Mr. Patterson's angry voice cut through his good mood. Get in here right now! Marcus put away his tools and walked into the shop. 3 other workers were there, Jimmy, Carlos, and old Pete. They all looked at Marcus with worried faces. What were you doing out there for so long? Patterson demanded. Helping a customer, sir. His tire was flat. Did he pay? Marcus hesitated. He offered to, but I told him not to worry about it. You what? Patterson's face turned red. You used our tools and our tire for free? It was just a flat tire, sir. It took 30 minutes. I don't care if it took 30 seconds. This is a business, not a charity. Jimmy stepped forward. Boss, Marcus was just being nice. I don't pay him to be nice, Patterson shouted. I pay him to make money for this shop. Marcus felt his stomach drop. Mr. Patterson, I can pay for the tire myself. With what money? Your $15 an hour paycheck? The shop got very quiet. Marcus could hear cars driving by outside. He could hear his own heartbeat. That tire cost us $200, Patterson continued. Plus your time. Plus wear on our tools. You just gave away $300 of my money to some rich guy with a fancy car. He seemed like he really needed help. I don't care if he was the president. You don't give away my stuff. Old Pete cleared his throat. Boss, maybe we should. What, Pete? Everyone went quiet again. Patterson walked over to Marcus. You know what, kid? I've had enough of your bleeding heart nonsense. You're more worried about helping strangers than helping this business. Marcus felt like he couldn't breathe. You're fired. The words hit Marcus like a punch to the stomach. Mr. Patterson, please, clean out your locker and get out. Now. Marcus looked around the shop. Jimmy looked sad. Carlos was staring at the floor. Old Pete was shaking his head. Can I at least... Now, Marcus. With shaking hands, Marcus walked to his small locker. He took out his extra shirt, his water bottle, and a picture of his parents from when he was little. Everything fit in a small backpack. The other workers watched, silently, as Marcus walked toward the door. Hey, kid, Patterson called out. Marcus turned around, hopefully. Next time, remember that nice guys finish last. Marcus walked outside into the afternoon sun. The parking lot looked the same, but everything felt different. 30 minutes ago, he had been proud of helping someone. Now he was unemployed. He started walking home to their small apartment. Each step felt heavy. How was he going to tell his mom that he lost their only steady income? Marcus didn't know that across the parking lot, a woman with a camera had filmed everything. She had watched him help Elon Musk with kindness and skill. She had seen him refuse payment. The video was already uploading to social media. By tomorrow, millions of people would know about Marcus Rivera. His life was about to change in ways he could never imagine. But right now, walking home in the Texas-y heat, Marcus just felt scared about the future. Marcus sat at their small kitchen table staring at the clock on the wall. 7:45. His mom would be home in 15 minutes. He had spent the last 3 hours trying to figure out how to tell her. Every practice conversation in his head ended with Elena crying or getting angry. Or worse, looking disappointed. The apartment felt too quiet. Marcus could hear his neighbor's TV through the thin walls. He could hear cars driving by on the street. But inside their home, there was only silence and worry. At exactly 8 o'clock, Marcus heard keys jingling outside their door. His heart started beating faster. Elena walked in carrying 2 plastic bags from the grocery store. She looked exhausted. Her cleaning uniform was wrinkled and her hair was pulled back in a messy ponytail. Hola, mijo, she said with a tired smile. How was school today? Marcus watched his mom put groceries away. Cheap pasta, canned beans, store-brand cereal. She counted every dollar they spent. It was okay, Mom. How was work? Long day. Mrs. Thompson's office building had a big mess. Someone spilled coffee all over the carpets. Took me 2 extra hours to clean. Elena washed her hands at the kitchen sink. Her fingers were red and rough from cleaning chemicals. Did you eat dinner yet? She asked. I wasn't hungry. Elena frowned and touched Marcus's forehead. Are you feeling sick? No, Mom. I'm fine. But Marcus wasn't fine. His stomach felt like it was full of rocks. Elena started cooking rice and beans, their dinner most nights. It was cheap and filling. She hummed a Spanish song while she cooked, like she always did. Mom, can we talk? Of course, mijo. What's on your mind? Marcus took a deep breath. Something happened at work yesterday. Elena stopped stirring the rice. What kind of something? A man came to the shop with a flat tire. He looked really upset, so I helped him fix it. That's good, Marcus. You're always helping people. But I didn't charge him money for the tire or my work. Elena turned around and looked at Marcus. Why not? He seemed like he was having a terrible day. I just wanted to make it better. Elena smiled softly. That sounds like something your father would do. Marcus felt his throat get tight. His dad had died in a car accident when Marcus was 12. Elena still talked about him like he might walk through the door any minute. The problem is, Mr. Patterson got really mad. He said I gave away the shop's money. Elena's smile disappeared. How mad? Marcus couldn't look at his mom's face. He stared at the table instead. He fired me. The kitchen got very quiet. The only sound was rice bubbling on the stove. He fired. You for helping someone? Elena's voice was barely a whisper. Yes. Marcus finally looked up. His mom's eyes were wide with shock. When did this happen? Yesterday afternoon. And you didn't tell me? I didn't know how. I was scared. Elena turned off the stove and sat down across from Marcus. She reached over and took his hands. Mijo, tell me everything. From the beginning. So Marcus did. He told her about Elon Musk's flat tire. He told her about refusing payment. He told her about Mr. Patterson's anger and the viral video. He told her about looking for jobs all afternoon and getting rejected everywhere. When he finished, Elena was quiet for a long time. Show me this video, she said finally. Marcus pulled out his phone. The TikTok video now had 400,000 views. The comments kept pouring in. Elena watched the whole thing twice. Marcus watched her face change from surprise to pride to worry. This man you helped, this is really Elon Musk? The man who makes rockets? Yes, Mom. And you didn't know someone was filming? No. I just saw someone who needed help. Elena handed the phone back to Marcus. She was quiet again, thinking. Are you disappointed in me? Marcus asked. Elena looked, shocked. Disappointed? Mijo, why would I be disappointed? Because I lost our income. Because I was stupid. Because now we can't pay rent. Elena stood up and walked around the table. She pulled Marcus into a tight hug. Marcus Rivera, you listen to me. You did exactly what I raised you to do. You saw someone in trouble, and you helped them. You didn't ask for money or recognition. You just wanted to help. Marcus felt tears starting. But Mr. Patterson was right. We can't afford for me to be nice. We need money. Money comes and goes, mijo. But character lasts forever. Your father always said, that! Elena held Marcus tighter. Do you know what I see when I watch that video? I see my son being the man his father wanted him to be. Now, Marcus was really crying. But what are we going to do about rent? About groceries? Elena pulled back and looked at Marcus seriously. We'll figure it out. We always do. How? I can. Ask Mrs. Rodriguez upstairs if she needs help cleaning her apartment. Maybe I can pick up weekend work at the hotel downtown. And you'll find another job. What if I can't? What if no one wants to hire me? Then we'll ask for help. From family, from church, from friends. There's no shame in asking for help when you need it. Marcus wiped his eyes with his sleeve. I'm so sorry, Mom. Sorry for what? For being kind? For helping someone? Never apologize for that. Elena sat back down and took Marcus's hands again. Let me tell you something about your father. When we first came to America, he had a job at a gas station. One night, A family came in with a broken-down car. They had 3 little kids and no money for repairs. Marcus had never heard this story before. Your father spent his whole paycheck fixing their car. His boss fired him the next day. We didn't have money for groceries that week. What happened? The family your father helped owned a restaurant. They offered him a job as a cook. Better pay, better hours. If he hadn't been fired from the gas station, he never would have found that opportunity. Elena squeezed Marcus's hands. Sometimes losing something bad makes room for something good. Do you really believe that? I have to. Believe it, mijo. And so do you. They ate dinner together in comfortable silence. Rice and beans never tasted so good. After dinner, Marcus helped wash dishes. His phone kept buzzing with notifications, but he ignored it. "Marcus," Elena said while drying a plate, "can I ask you something?" "Sure." "When you helped this man, this Elon Musk, how did it make you feel?" Marcus thought about it. "Good. Really good. Like I was doing something important. More important than money? Yeah, it felt like I was helping change someone's whole day." Elena nodded. "That feeling? That's worth more than any paycheck." At 9 o'clock, Elena went to take a shower. She had to work early the next morning. Marcus sat alone in the living room, thinking about everything his mom had said. He looked at his phone again. The video now had 500,000 views. People from all over the world were sharing stories about Marcus. They were calling him inspiring. They were saying the world needed more people like him, but Marcus didn't feel inspiring. He felt scared about tomorrow. Would they really be okay? Could his mom really pick up extra work? Would he find another job? Marcus didn't know the answers, but for the first time since yesterday, he didn't feel alone. His mom believed in him. His father would have been proud of him. And somewhere out there, hundreds of thousands of people thought he had done the right thing. Maybe that was enough for now. Marcus turned off his phone and went to bed. Tomorrow would bring new challenges. But tonight, he felt loved. Outside his window, Austin's lights twinkled like stars. In a few hours, the sun would rise on a new day. And Marcus Rivera would face whatever came next with his mother's words in his heart. Character lasts forever. Marcus woke up to his phone buzzing like an angry bee. The sound wouldn't stop. Buzz, buzz, buzz. He rolled over and looked at the clock. 6:15 in the morning. Who was calling this early? Marcus grabbed his phone from the nightstand. 15 missed calls, 27 text messages, 48 Instagram notifications. His heart started beating fast. What was happening? The first text was from his friend David. "Dude, you're on. The morning news. Turn on Channel 7. Marcus jumped out of bed and ran to the living room. He turned on their old TV and flipped to Channel 7. A news reporter was standing in front of Joe's Auto Parts. Behind her, Marcus could see Mr. Patterson talking to another reporter. The story of 16-year-old Marcus Rivera has captured hearts across America, the reporter said. The Austin teenager was fired for helping Tesla CEO Elon Musk, but his act of kindness has gone viral. Marcus sat down hard on their couch. His legs felt weak. The TV showed his TikTok video again, but now it had 2 million views. 2 million. People had watched him change Elon Musk's tire. "Mom!" Marcus called out. "Mom, come here!" Elena rushed out of her bedroom, still in her pajamas. "What's wrong? Are you okay?" "Look!" Marcus pointed at the TV. Elena sat next to him and watched the news story. Her mouth fell open when she saw Marcus's face on television. The video has sparked a nationwide conversation about character versus profit, the reporter continued. Social media users are calling Marcus Rivera a hero for refusing payment and doing the right thing. The news showed tweets and Facebook posts about Marcus. People were sharing the video with messages like, "This is what America should look like," and "We need more kids like Marcus." "This is unbelievable," Elena whispered. Marcus's phone rang again. The number said, Cakes and News Austin. "Should I answer it?" Marcus asked. I don't know. This is all so crazy." They let it go to voicemail. Then it rang again. Different number. "Good Morning America" showed on the screen. "They want to interview you," Elena said, staring at the phone. Marcus felt dizzy. "Good Morning America? The TV show?" Before Elena could answer, someone knocked on their apartment door. Then someone else knocked harder. Marcus looked through the peephole. 3 people with cameras and microphones stood in the hallway. "Reporters," he whispered to his mom. Elena peeked through the peephole too. "What do we do?" "I don't know. This is so weird." They sat quietly, hoping the reporters would leave. But more people came. Marcus could hear voices in the hallway talking about the Marcus Rivera story. Marcus's phone kept ringing. Text messages kept pouring in. His cousin in San Antonio. "You're famous, Primo." His old teacher from middle school. "So proud of you." "Marcus!" A number he didn't recognize. "Local radio wants to interview you." Another unknown number. "Austin American Statesman newspaper." "Can we talk?" "This is insane," Marcus said. "Yesterday I was just a kid who lost his job. Now I'm on the news." Elena was reading something on her phone. "Marcus, look at this." She showed him a Facebook page called Support Marcus Rivera. It already had 15,000 followers. People were posting pictures of themselves doing kind acts, with captions like "Inspired by Marcus" and "Character Matters." "People are starting a movement because of you," Elena said softly. Marcus scrolled through the posts. A girl in Dallas helped an elderly man with his groceries. A teenager in Houston paid for a stranger's gas. A college student in San Marcos tutored kids for free. They're all doing good things because of what I did? It looks like it. Marcus felt overwhelmed. All he had done was change a tire. How did that turn into this? His phone buzzed with a text from Jimmy at the auto shop. "Dude, Patterson is freaking out. News trucks are outside the shop. He's telling everyone he made a mistake firing you." "Look at this." Marcus showed Elena the text. "Mr. Patterson wants you back?" Jimmy says he's telling reporters he made a mistake. Elena made a face like she smelled something bad. Too late for that. At 8 o'clock, Elena had to leave for work. But reporters were still in the hallway. "How am I supposed to get to work?" she asked. Marcus looked through the peephole again. 5 reporters now. 2 news vans in the parking lot. "Maybe you should call in sick today?" Elena shook her head. "We need the money, mijo, especially now that you don't have a job." "But what if they follow you?" "Then they follow me. I have nothing to hide." Elena opened the door. Immediately, reporters started shouting questions. "Mrs. Rivera, how do you feel about your son's viral video? Are you proud of Marcus? What do you think about Joe's Auto Parts firing him?" Elena looked scared but tried to stay calm. "My son is a good boy. He always helps people. That's how we raised him. Do you think he should have been fired? I think good people sometimes get punished for doing good things. But God sees everything." Elena pushed through the crowd and hurried down the stairs. Marcus watched from the window as news vans followed her car. Now, Marcus was alone with his phone that wouldn't stop ringing. he decided to actually listen to one of his voicemails. "Hi, Marcus. This is Jennifer Martinez from Good Morning America. We'd love to have you on our show tomorrow morning to talk about your inspiring story. Please call us back." The next message was from a local radio station. Then another TV show. Then a newspaper in Dallas. Everyone wanted to talk to Marcus Rivera. Marcus made himself breakfast and tried to think. 2 days ago, he was worried about paying rent. Now reporters wanted to interview him on national television. The TikTok video was still climbing. 3 million views now. The comments kept coming in from around the world. Someone from Germany. "This young man gives me hope." Someone from Japan. "America should be proud of Marcus." Someone from Mexico. "Good people exist everywhere." Marcus realized people weren't just watching the video in America. The whole world was seeing it. His phone rang again. This time, it was Mrs. Rodriguez from upstairs. "Marcus, mijo, there are reporters knocking on my door asking about you. They want to know what kind of neighbor you are." "What did you tell them?" "I told them you're the best kid in this building. You carry my groceries, you help fix my toilet, you never make noise. I told them this neighborhood is lucky to have you." After Mrs. Rodriguez hung up, Marcus felt a warm feeling in his chest. His neighbors were defending him to reporters. By noon, the story was on CNN, Fox News, and NBC. Marcus Rivera's name was trending on Twitter. His TikTok video had 5 million views, but the best part was reading what people were saying about him. "This kid restored my faith in young people. Marcus Rivera for President 2040. If my kids grow up like Marcus, I'll know I did something right." Marcus still felt scared about money and jobs and the future. But for the first time in days, he also felt proud. He hadn't just helped one person change a tire. He had reminded millions of people that being kind was still important. Maybe Elena was right. Maybe character really did last forever. His phone buzzed with one more text message. This one made his heart stop. It was from a number he didn't recognize. "Marcus, this is Sarah Chen from Tesla. Mr. Musk would like to speak with you. Are you available for a call today?" Marcus stared at the message for a full minute. Elon Musk wanted to talk to him. The man he had helped was calling him back. Marcus's hands started shaking as he typed his response. "Yes, I'm available." Everything was about to change again. Marcus stared at his phone screen for 10 minutes. The message from Sarah Chen at Tesla was still there. It wasn't a dream. "Mr. Musk would like to speak with you." Marcus's hands were shaking so much he could barely type. He wrote back, "What time works best?" The response came immediately. "Are you available now? Mr. Musk has 15 minutes between meetings." "Now? Right now?" Marcus looked around their small apartment. Reporters were still outside. His breakfast dishes were still on the table. He was wearing pajama pants and an old t-shirt. "Yes, I'm available now," he typed. "Perfect. He'll call you in 2 minutes." Marcus ran to his room and put on real clothes. He brushed his teeth and tried to fix his hair. Then he sat on his bed and waited. The longest 2 minutes of his life. When his phone rang, the caller ID just said, "Unknown number." Marcus took a deep breath and answered, "Hello? Marcus, this is Elon Musk." Marcus's voice caught in his throat. "Hi, Mr. Musk, sir. Please, just call me Elon. How are you holding up with all this craziness?" "It's pretty overwhelming, sir. I mean, Elon. I didn't expect any of this to happen." Elon laughed. "I bet you didn't. 5 million people have watched you change my tire. That's more views than most Super Bowl commercials." "I saw that. It's insane. Marcus, I wanted to call you personally because what you did the other day meant more to me than you know. I was having one of the worst days of my year. Board meetings going badly, production problems, angry investors. Then this kid appears and helps me without wanting anything in return. Marcus felt his cheeks get warm. I just saw someone who looked stressed. I wanted to help. That's exactly what I mean. Most people would have seen dollar signs. You saw a person who needed help. Marcus didn't know what to say to that. I've been thinking about you a lot, Marcus, about your character, your skills with cars, your attitude, and I've been following your story in the news. You have? Of course. I saw that you got fired for helping me. That's ridiculous and unfair. I also saw your mom's interview this morning. She raised a good man. Marcus felt proud and nervous at the same time. Thank you, sir. Elon, he corrected gently. Now, I have a question for you. What do you want to do with your life? Marcus thought about all the conversations he'd had with his mom about this. I want to study engineering. I love figuring out how things work and fixing problems. I dream about building cars that don't hurt the environment. Maybe even working on space stuff someday. Space stuff? Elon sounded amused. I know it sounds crazy. A kid like me from Austin probably has no chance of working for SpaceX or anything. But I love reading about Mars missions and rocket technology. It doesn't sound crazy at all. Some of our best engineers started exactly where you are. Curious kids who loved fixing things. Marcus's heart started beating faster. Was Elon saying what he thought he was saying? Marcus, I want to ask you something serious. Are you interested in coming to work for Tesla? Marcus almost dropped his phone. Work for Tesla? Are you kidding? I never kid about job offers. We have a new program for promising young people. It's called Tesla Academy. Students work part-time at our facilities, earn good money, and we pay for their college education. Marcus felt like he couldn't breathe. You want to pay for my college? If you're willing to work hard and learn. The program is usually for students with perfect grades and special recommendations. But character matters more than test scores. I can't believe this is real. It's real, Marcus. But I want you to think about it carefully. This isn't charity. We'd expect you to work harder than you've ever worked before. You'd be learning from some of the smartest engineers in the world. Marcus thought about his mom working 2 jobs. He thought about their rent payments and grocery shopping at the cheapest stores. He thought about his dream of going to college someday. I would work as hard as anyone, sir. Elon, I promise. I believe you would. But there's something else I want to discuss with you in person. Something bigger than just Tesla Academy. Bigger? Much bigger. Marcus, would you and your mother be available to visit our Gigafactory tomorrow afternoon? I'd like to meet with both of you. Marcus's mind was racing. The Gigafactory? Where you build the cars? That's the one. It's right here in Austin, actually. About 20 minutes from where you live. We can definitely come. What time? How about 2 o'clock? I'll have my assistant Sarah send you all the details. Yes, sir. We'll be there. Excellent. And Marcus? Yes? Bring your mother's social security number and your school transcripts. We'll need them for the paperwork. Paperwork? For your new job, of course. After Elon hung up, Marcus sat on his bed in complete shock. Had that really just happened? Had Elon Musk just offered him a job and college tuition? Marcus ran to the living room and called his mom at work. Mijo, I can't talk long. My boss is watching because reporters called here looking for me. Mom, Elon Musk just called me. Elena was quiet for a moment. What did you say? He offered me a job at Tesla, and he wants to pay for my college." "Marcus, are you serious?" "I'm completely serious. We have to go to the Tesla factory tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Elena started crying on the phone. "Are you sure this isn't some kind of joke?" "Mom, I talked to him for 15 minutes. It's really him. And he said there's something even bigger he wants to discuss in person." "Bigger than a job and college?" "That's what he said." Elena was quiet again, thinking. "Marcus, this sounds too good to be true." "I know it does, but it's happening. What do we do now?" "We go to the meeting tomorrow and see what he wants to tell us." After Marcus hung up, he sat alone in the apartment. Outside, he could still hear reporters talking in the hallway. His phone was still buzzing with interview requests. But none of that mattered now. In 24 hours, Marcus Rivera would walk into the Tesla Gigafactory and find out what Elon Musk meant by something bigger. Marcus had no idea that something bigger would change not just his life, but the entire future of his family. He had no idea that tomorrow he would learn about a secret program that would take him farther than he had ever dreamed possible. All food feeders, the way to Mars. But first, he had to survive the longest 24 hours of his life. Marcus looked at the clock on the wall. 1:15 in the afternoon. 25 hours and 45 minutes until his life changed forever. He pulled out his homework and tried to focus on algebra. But his mind kept wandering to tomorrow. What could be bigger than a job at Tesla and free college? Marcus was about to find out. Marcus woke up at 5 in the morning on Thursday. He had barely slept. Every time he closed his eyes, he thought about the meeting with Elon Musk. He checked his phone. The TikTok video now had 8 million views. The story was on news websites around the world. But Marcus didn't care about being famous anymore. He only cared about 2 o'clock. Elena took the day off from work. She borrowed a nice dress from her sister Maria and spent an hour doing her hair. Marcus wore his only good shirt, the white one he wore to church. "Do I look okay, mijo?" Elena asked nervously. "You look beautiful, Mom." "I can't believe we're really doing this." Meeting Elon Musk at his factory. Marcus couldn't believe it either. Yesterday he was unemployed. Today he might be getting a job at the most famous car company in the world. They left their apartment at noon. The reporters were gone. They had moved on to other stories. Marcus and Elena rode the bus to the Tesla Gigafactory in southeast Austin. The building was massive, bigger than anything Marcus had ever seen. It looked like a giant metal rectangle sitting in the Texas countryside. Solar panels covered the entire roof. "This place is huge," Elena whispered as they got off the bus. Marcus stared up at the Tesla sign on the building. "I can't believe I might work here someday." They walked to the main entrance. A security guard checked their IDs and gave them visitor badges with their names and photos. "Mr. Musk is expecting you," the guard said with a smile. "Follow the blue line on the floor." Inside the Gigafactory, Marcus felt like he was in a science fiction movie. Robots moved car parts along assembly lines. Sparks flew from welding machines. The air hummed with electricity and purpose. "Look at all this," Elena said in amazement. Marcus watched a robot arm install a car door perfectly in 3 seconds. "This is incredible." They followed the blue line through the factory floor. Workers in Tesla uniforms moved quickly but safely around the machines. Everyone seemed focused and happy. "All these people have jobs because of what Elon built," Elena said. Marcus nodded. He understood now why his mom cleaned offices late at night. Good jobs were hard to find, but here, hundreds of people were building the future. The blue line led them to an elevator. They rode up to the third floor and walked down a hallway with glass walls. Through the windows, Marcus could see the entire factory floor below. "It's like a city in here," he said. A young woman with kind eyes met them at the end of the hallway. She wore a professional gray suit and carried a tablet. "Marcus and Mrs. Rivera? I'm Sarah Chen, Mr. Musk's assistant. Welcome to Tesla." Sarah shook their hands warmly. "How was your trip here?" "Amazing," Marcus said. "This place is incredible." "Wait until you see what we're really working on," Sarah said with a mysterious smile. She led them to a conference room with glass walls and a long table. Austin's skyline was visible through the windows. "Mr. Musk will be here in just a moment. Can I get you anything? Water? Coffee? Soda?" Marcus was too nervous to drink anything. Elena asked for water with shaking hands. "Mrs. Rivera, your son has made quite an impression on people here," Sarah said while they waited. "The engineers have been talking about him all week." "The key engineers know about Marcus?" Elena asked. "Oh, yes. Mr. Musk shared your son's story in our Monday morning meeting. Everyone was impressed by his character and his skills." Marcus felt his cheeks turn red. "They were talking about me?" "Good things only," Sarah assured him. "Mr. Musk believes that technical skills can be taught, but character cannot. You either have it or you don't." Before Marcus could ask what that meant, the door opened. Elon Musk walked in wearing jeans and a black Tesla t-shirt. He looked exactly like he did in the parking lot 3 days ago, but more relaxed. "Marcus, Elena, welcome to Tesla." Elon shook Marcus's hand, then Elena's. He sat down across from them at the conference table. "Thank you for coming. I know this must be overwhelming." "It's incredible, sir," Marcus said. "I had no idea the factory was this big. We've got about 12,000 people working here, building cars, batteries, solar panels, all technology to help save the planet." Elena leaned forward. "Mr. Musk, I want to thank you for what you're doing for Marcus. This opportunity means everything to our family." Elon smiled. "Please, call me Elon. And I should be thanking Marcus. He reminded me why I started Tesla in the first place." "What do you mean?" Marcus asked. "I started this company to help people and help Earth. Sometimes I get so caught up in business meetings and stock prices that I forget the human side of what we're doing. When you helped me without wanting anything back, you reminded me of that." Elon pulled out his tablet and showed them pictures of Tesla cars being built. "Marcus, you said yesterday that you love figuring out how things work. Let me show you some problems we're trying to solve." The tablet showed videos of electric car batteries, solar roof tiles, and charging stations. Every day, we're working on technology that didn't exist 10 years ago. We need smart, dedicated people to help us build the future. Marcus watched the videos with wide eyes. "This is exactly what I want to do with my life." "Good, because the Tesla Academy program is just the beginning of what I want to offer you." Elena and Marcus looked at each other. "What do you mean?" Elena asked. Elon's expression grew more serious. "What I'm about to tell you is confidential. Not many people know about this project yet." He paused and looked directly at Marcus. "Marcus, have you ever thought about what it would be like to live on another planet?" Marcus felt his heart skip a beat. "You mean like Mars?" "Exactly like Mars." Elon stood up and walked to the window overlooking the factory floor. "Tesla is just one part of what we're building. SpaceX is working on rockets to take humans to Mars. But rockets are only the beginning. Someone has to build homes, farms, power systems, transportation, an entire civilization." Marcus's mouth fell open. Elena looked confused. "I don't understand," Elena said. Elon turned back to them. In 10 years, SpaceX will launch the first permanent colony mission to Mars. We're going to build a city on another planet. And we need the right people to do it. Marcus felt like the room was spinning. Are you saying... I'm saying that your character, your skills, and your attitude make you exactly the kind of person we need for humanity's greatest adventure. Elon sat back down and looked at both of them seriously. Marcus Rivera, I'm not just offering you a job at Tesla. I'm offering you a chance to help build the future of human civilization. The conference room went completely silent. Marcus stared at Elon, trying to understand what he was hearing. Mars, he whispered. Mars, Elon confirmed. If you're interested. Elena reached over and grabbed Marcus's hand. Her eyes were wide with shock. Marcus looked at his mom, then back at Elon. You want me to help build a city on Mars? I want you to help build humanity's backup plan, a second home for our species, the most important project in human history. Marcus felt like he couldn't breathe. 3 days ago, he was fixing cars in Austin, Texas. Now Elon Musk was asking him to help colonize another planet. But how? Why me? Marcus asked. Elon smiled. That's what I want to explain next. And Marcus? Yes, sir? The story gets much more interesting from here. Elon Musk sat back in his chair and looked at Marcus with curious eyes. Before I explain anything else, I want to ask you something important, Marcus. What's your biggest dream? Not what you think. You should want, but what you really dream about when nobody's listening. Marcus felt his heart beating fast. He looked at his mom, then back at Elon. I want to build things that help people. Cars that don't pollute the air. Maybe rockets that take people to space. I want to make the world better than it was when I was born. Elon nodded slowly, like Marcus had just passed a test. That's a good answer. A very good answer. Elon leaned forward. Now, let me tell you about something we call the Mars Colony Leadership Program. Elena squeezed Marcus's hand tighter. Most people think going to Mars is just about rockets and robots. But it's not. It's about people. People who can work together, solve problems, and take care of each other millions of miles from home. Elon pulled out his tablet again and showed them pictures of Mars, red desert landscapes, and concept drawings of dome-shaped cities. The first Mars colony will have about 1,000 people. Engineers, doctors, teachers, farmers, builders, but most importantly, leaders, people others can trust with their lives. Marcus stared at the pictures. It looks so empty. Right now it is, but in 20 years, it could be humanity's second home. We're not just planning a research station, Marcus. We're planning a real city where families can live and children can grow up. Elena found her voice. Children? On Mars? Absolutely. The whole point is to create a backup for human civilization. That means families, schools, communities. Everything we have on Earth. Elon swiped to another picture. Kids playing in what looked like a park, but under a giant glass dome. The Mars Colony Leadership Program finds young people with the right character and skills. We train them for 8 years, 4 years of high school and college, then 4 years of specialized Mars training. Marcus felt dizzy. You want me to train for Mars? I want you to be one of the first leaders of humanity's greatest adventure. The room was quiet for a moment. Marcus could hear his own heartbeat. But why me? Marcus asked. I'm just a kid from Austin. I'm not the smartest person in my class. I don't have perfect grades. Elon smiled. Marcus, let me ask you something. When you saw me in that parking lot, what was your first thought? Marcus thought back to Tuesday afternoon. You looked really stressed and upset. I thought maybe I could help. Not, maybe I can make money, or maybe I can get something from this famous guy. No, sir. I just wanted to help. And when I offered to pay you, I didn't want your money. You seemed like you were having a bad day. I wanted to make it better. Elon looked at Elena. Mrs. Rivera, you raised an exceptional young man. Elena wiped tears from her eyes. His father would be so proud. I'm sure he would be. And he'd be proud of what I'm about to offer. Elon stood up and walked to a whiteboard on the wall. He wrote, Mars Colony Leadership Program in big letters. Here's how it works. Marcus would start Tesla Academy immediately. Part-time work, full college tuition, excellent pay. That's years 1 through 4. He drew a timeline on the board. Years 5 through 8 are Mars-specific training. Learning to operate life support systems, emergency protocols, engineering for extreme environments, plus leadership development. Marcus watched Elon write Year 9 Mars Mission on the board. After 8 years of training, if Marcus chooses to continue, he would join the first permanent colony mission to Mars. Elena gasped. Permanent? The goal is to stay and build a civilization. But Elena, here's the important part. Families are included in the program. Elena looked confused. What do you mean? If Marcus goes to Mars, you go too. We're not sending individual people. We're sending communities, families, friends, people who care about each other. Marcus felt like he was dreaming. You're saying my mom could come to Mars with me? Your mom, and eventually other family members too. The colony needs people of all ages and skills. Elena, what do you do for work? I clean offices. It's not fancy work. Every civilization needs people who keep things clean and organized. Mars will need janitors, cooks, maintenance workers, childcare providers, regular people doing important jobs. Elena started crying harder. You're serious about this? Completely serious. But Marcus, there's something else you need to know. Elon walked back to the table and sat down. The Mars program isn't open to everyone. We can only select a few dozen people each year from around the world. The selection process is very difficult. Marcus felt his stomach drop. So I might not be chosen. Actually, Marcus, you've already been chosen. Marcus and Elena stared at Elon. What do you mean? Marcus asked. I mean, you've already passed the most important test. Character under pressure, kindness without reward, technical skills combined with good judgment. Elon paused for dramatic effect. Marcus Rivera, you are officially selected for the Mars Colony Leadership Program. The conference room went completely silent. Marcus felt like his heart had stopped beating. Selected? He whispered. Selected, Elon confirmed. If you accept, your training begins next Monday. Elena put her hands over her mouth. Tears streamed down her cheeks. I don't understand, Marcus said. How can I already be selected? Don't. You need to test me or interview other candidates. Elon smiled mysteriously. Who says we haven't been testing you? Marcus felt confused. What do you mean? Marcus, that day in the parking lot wasn't the first time we noticed you. It wasn't? Not by a long shot. We've been watching you for months. Marcus's mouth fell open. Watching me. The Mars Colony Leadership Program has been secretly evaluating young people all over the world. We look for character, skills, and the right attitude. You scored higher than anyone we've tested in Austin. Elena leaned forward. How long have you been watching my son? 6 months. Elon said simply. And Marcus, what happened in that parking lot? That wasn't an accident. Marcus felt like the room was spinning. What do you mean it wasn't an accident? I mean, we planned the whole thing. The flat tire, the location, the timing. We wanted to see how you would react to helping someone in need. You were testing me. We've been testing you for months, Marcus, and you passed every single test. Marcus stared at Elon, trying to process what he was hearing. What kind of tests? That's what I want to explain next. Marcus, you're about to learn something that will change how you see everything that's happened to you. Elon looked at his watch. But first, I need to ask you both a question. Are you interested in hearing more about this program? Marcus looked at his mom. Elena nodded through her tears. Yes, Marcus said. We want to hear everything. Good, because what I'm about to tell you will explain why a 16-year-old from Austin, Texas, is sitting in this room being offered a chance to help colonize Mars. Elon picked up his tablet again. Marcus, you think the story started 3 days ago in a parking lot. But really, it started 6 months ago when we first noticed you. Marcus gripped the edge of the table. What did you notice? Everything, Elon said. And I mean everything. Elon Musk looked at Marcus with serious eyes. What I'm about to tell you might sound impossible, but every word is true. Marcus gripped his mom's hand tighter. His heart was beating so fast, he could hear it in his ears. 6 months ago, we started something called Operation Character Test. We needed to find young people with the right qualities for Mars. Not just smart people, but good people. Elon opened his tablet and showed them a map of Austin with red dots all over it. We set up situations all around the city. Fake emergencies. People who needed help. Broken down cars. We wanted to see how different teenagers would react. Marcus stared at the map. You mean like an elderly woman with a flat tire on South 1st Street, or a man with a broken-down truck outside Walmart, or a family whose car wouldn't start at H-E-B. Marcus's mouth fell open. I remember those people. Of course you do. You helped every single one of them. Elena looked confused. I don't understand. What people? Marcus turned to his mom. 3 weeks ago, I helped Mrs. Johnson change her tire after school. And last month, there was this man outside Walmart whose truck died. I helped him jump-start it. And the family at H-E-B, Elon added, with the 3 kids in the car that wouldn't start. You spent 45 minutes figuring out it was just a loose battery cable. Those were all fake? Marcus asked. The emergencies were real. The cars really were broken. But we hired actors to see how people would respond. Elon swiped to a new screen showing a list of names. We tested 47 young people in Austin over 6 months. Most walked by without helping. Some helped, but wanted money or recognition. 3 helped cheerfully, but couldn't actually fix anything. He highlighted one name on the list. Marcus Rivera. Only one person helped every single time, never asked for payment, stayed humble about it, and had the skills to actually solve the problems. Marcus felt like he couldn't breathe. You've been watching me for 6 months? Not just watching. Documenting everything. Elon pulled up a video on his tablet. It showed Marcus helping an elderly woman change her tire 3 weeks ago. The video was filmed from across the street. We recorded every interaction. We needed to make sure you were consistent. Elena spoke up. This seems like spying on my son. I understand your concern, Elena, but we needed to know who Marcus really was when nobody was watching. Character tests only work if people don't know they're being tested. Elon showed them another video. Marcus helping a homeless veteran outside a gas station. Marcus gave the man his lunch money and helped him fix his broken shopping cart. We never asked you to help homeless people, Marcus. You did that on your own. Marcus remembered that day. He looked hungry, and his cart was falling apart. I had $5 for lunch. You gave away your lunch money to a stranger and went hungry that day. That told us everything we needed to know about your heart. Elena started crying again. That's exactly what his father would have done. Elon nodded. Character like that can't be taught. You either have it or you don't. He swiped to another screen showing photos of all the people Marcus had helped. Mrs. Johnson, the elderly woman with the flat tire, she's actually Dr. Jennifer Johnson, one of our top aerospace engineers. She was testing your technical skills and attitude. Marcus's eyes went wide. She's a rocket scientist? 20 years. At NASA before joining SpaceX. She said you diagnosed her tire problem faster than most trained mechanics. And the man at Walmart? Mike Rodriguez, former Marine and our head of security training. He was evaluating how you handle stress and communicate with people different from yourself. The family at HEB? Real family, but the husband works for us, Tom Patterson and his wife Sarah. They have 3 kids and needed to know if you were patient with children and families. Marcus felt dizzy. All those people work for you? The best way to test character is in real situations with real consequences. We needed to know how you'd act when helping actually cost you something. Elena leaned forward. What do you mean, cost him something? Every time Marcus helped someone, it cost him time, money, or effort. The lunch money for the homeless veteran, being late to work because he spent extra time making sure that tire was perfect, missing his bus because he stayed to help the family. Elon showed them a detailed report with Marcus's photo at the top. Most people help others when it's easy or convenient. Marcus helped others when it was hard, when it cost him something, when nobody was watching to give him credit. Marcus looked at the report. It had dates, times, and detailed notes about every act of kindness he'd done in 6 months. You wrote down everything? Everything, including things we didn't plan to test. Like what? Like you carrying groceries for Mrs. Rodriguez upstairs every week. Like tutoring your neighbor's kid in math for free. Like helping the janitor at your school fix the broken water fountain. Marcus had forgotten about some of those things. They just seemed like normal parts of being a good neighbor. We realized that for you, helping others isn't something you decide to do. It's just who you are. Elena wiped her eyes. So, the day he helped you in the parking lot was the final test. We needed to see how Marcus would react to helping someone famous and wealthy. Would he ask for money? Would he try to get something in return? Would he brag about it later? But I got fired for helping you, Marcus said. That wasn't part of the plan. We expected your boss to be proud, not angry. When we heard you got fired, we knew we had to act fast. Elon smiled. Mr. Patterson actually did us a favor. Getting fired for doing the right thing was the ultimate test of character. Marcus shook his head in amazement. I can't believe this is real. It's completely real. And Marcus, there's one more thing you need to know. What? The viral video wasn't an accident either. Marcus felt shocked again. What do you mean? We had cameras positioned around that parking lot. We filmed your interaction with me from 3 different angles. Then we posted the best version on social media. You made the video go viral? We gave it a push, but it went viral because people genuinely loved what they saw. 8 million people watched you be kind to a stranger. That's not something we can fake. Elena looked overwhelmed. So all of this, the video, the news coverage, the job offer, it was all planned? Not all of it. We planned the test and the initial video post. But the world's reaction to Marcus was completely genuine. People really do think he's special. Elon closed his tablet and looked directly at Marcus. Marcus Rivera, you are the first person ever selected for the Mars Colony Leadership Program based on character rather than grades or test scores. Marcus felt like he was floating. The first person ever? The first. We created this program specifically because we found you. But what if I'm not smart enough? What if I fail in the training? Intelligence can be developed. Character cannot. We'd rather teach a good person to be smart than try to teach a smart person to be good. Elena spoke through her tears. What happens now? Now we start the rest of Marcus's life. If you accept the program, everything changes. New school, new home, new future. New home? Marcus asked. The training facility is in California. You and Elena would move there next month. Full housing, full support, everything provided. Marcus looked at his mom. Elena nodded slowly. This is what we've been praying for, mijo. A real chance at a better life. Marcus turned back to Elon. If I say yes, I'm really going to train for Mars? If you say yes, you're going to help build humanity's future. You'll be part of the most important mission in human history. Marcus thought about his dad, who always said good things happen to good people. He thought about all the people he'd helped without knowing he was being tested. He thought about the possibility of exploring another planet. Mr. Musk, Elon, my answer is yes. Elon smiled the biggest smile Marcus had ever seen. Welcome to the future, Marcus Rivera. Sarah Chen, who had been quietly taking notes, looked up with tears in her eyes. Congratulations, Marcus. You're going to Mars. Sarah, Chen's words hung in the air like magic. You're going to Mars. Marcus stared at her, then at Elon, then at his mom. Everything felt like a dream, but the conference room was real. The Tesla factory humming below them was real. The tears on his mother's face were real. I need to make sure I understand this correctly, Marcus said slowly. You're telling me that I've been secretly tested for 6 months. Everyone I helped was working for you, and now you want me to train to go to Mars. That's exactly what we're telling you, Elon said with a grin. Elena spoke up, her voice shaky. What does this mean for our life in Austin? Our apartment? My jobs? Sarah pulled out a thick folder and placed it on the table. Mrs. Rivera, if Marcus accepts the program, everything in your life will change, but in a good way. She opened the folder and showed them official-looking documents. Tesla will pay for your relocation to California. You'll have a beautiful apartment near the training facility. We'll help you find a job there, or you can choose not to work and focus on supporting Marcus's training. Elena's eyes widened. You mean I wouldn't have to clean offices anymore? Only if you want to, Sarah said kindly. The program includes full family support. We want Marcus to focus on training without worrying about money or family stress. Marcus looked at another document in the folder. What's this one? Your new school, Elon explained. The Mars Academy High School. It's specifically designed for program participants. You'll finish your junior and senior years while beginning basic Mars training. There are other kids in the program? Marcus asked. 12 so far, from around the world. You'd be number 13 and the youngest. Sarah showed them pictures of a modern school campus with laboratories, simulators, and dormitories. You'll live on campus during the week and come home to your mom on weekends. The other students become like family. You'll all be training for the same mission. Elena studied the pictures. This looks like a college, not a high school. It's both, Elon said. Students take regular high school classes in the morning and Mars training in the afternoon. By graduation, they are already 2 years ahead. In FETU, their college education, Marcus felt overwhelmed but excited. What kind of Mars training? Sarah pulled out her tablet and showed them videos of students in spacesuits, working with complex equipment and studying in high-tech classrooms. Basic life support systems, emergency protocols, engineering fundamentals, leadership development, physical conditioning, and something very special. What's that? You'll spend time in our Mars simulation facility. It's a full-scale model of what the Mars colony will look like. You'll live there for weeks at a time, practicing everything from growing food to fixing equipment to making life-or-death decisions. Elena looked worried. Life-or-death decisions? He's only 16. Elon's expression grew serious. Elena, I won't lie to you. Mars is dangerous. The people we send there will face challenges that could kill them if they make the wrong choices. We need to train Marcus and the others to handle anything. But you believe Marcus can do it? Elena asked. I believe Marcus can do anything he sets his mind to. Character like his is rarer than genius. Marcus looked at his mom. What do you think, Mom? This is bigger than anything we ever imagined. Elena was quiet for a long moment, thinking. Finally, she spoke. Mijo, your father always said we came to America so you could have opportunities we never had. This is the biggest opportunity in the history of the world. She wiped tears from her eyes. If you want to do this, I'll support you completely. Marcus felt a warm feeling spread through his chest. I want to do this more than anything. Elon stood up and walked to a wall display showing pictures of Mars and SpaceX rockets. Marcus, before you make your final decision, there's one more thing you need to understand. This isn't just about you. What do you mean? The Mars colony leadership program isn't just training future colonists. You're training to be leaders of a new civilization. You'll help make decisions that affect the lives of thousands of people. Elon pointed to an artist's drawing of a Mars city with glass domes, gardens, and children playing. In 20 years, when the first children are born on Mars, they'll look up to people like you as their founders. You'll be part of human history, forever. Marcus stared at the picture. Kids playing on another planet. Families building homes millions of miles from Earth. That's a lot of responsibility, he said quietly. It is. But Marcus, you've been showing responsibility your whole life. Every time you helped someone, every time you put others first, you were training to be a leader. Sarah opened another section of the folder. Marcus, there's something else we need to discuss, something personal. What's that? Your father. Marcus felt his heart skip. My dad. What about him? Sarah exchanged a look with Elon, then continued carefully. We did background research on your family as part of the selection process. We learned about your father's death in the car accident 4 years ago. Elena reached over and took Marcus's hand. We also learned about the kind of man he was, how he helped neighbors, volunteered at church, always put family first. Just like you do. Marcus felt tears starting. He was the best man I ever knew. Marcus, Elon said gently, part of what makes you special is that you carry your father's values with you. That's exactly what Mars needs. People who remember what it means to be human. Sarah pulled out one final document. This is a scholarship fund we're establishing. The Roberto Rivera Memorial Fund for Character-Based Leadership. Marcus's father's name was printed at the top of the page. Every year, we'll select one young person for the Mars program based on character rather than grades. We're naming it after your father. Elena burst into tears. You're going to honor Roberto's memory? Your husband raised a son who reminded us why character matters more than test scores. We want to honor that. Marcus felt like his heart was going to burst. His dad would have a scholarship named after him. Other kids would get chances because of Roberto Rivera's values. This is incredible, Marcus whispered. Elon sat back down across from them. So, Marcus Rivera, I'm going to ask you one final time. Are you ready to join the Mars Colony Leadership Program and help build humanity's future? Marcus looked at his mom. Elena nodded with tears of pride in her eyes. Marcus looked at the pictures of Mars, the training facility, the other students who would become his new family. He thought about his dad, who always said good things happen to good people. He thought about all the people he had helped without knowing he was being tested. He thought about the possibility of walking on another planet and building cities among the stars. Marcus Rivera took a deep breath and looked Elon Musk in the eyes. Yes, I'm ready to go to Mars. Elon smiled and reached across the table to shake Marcus's hand. Welcome to the future, Marcus. Your real life starts now. And somewhere in the Texas sky above the Tesla Gigafactory, Marcus could almost feel his father smiling down on him. The boy who was fired for helping Elon Musk was going to Mars. The rest was just the beginning, and that was the end of Marcus Rivera's incredible journey. From a teenager working at an auto parts shop to being selected for humanity's first Mars colony, all because he chose kindness over profit. Where are you listening? From today? Drop a comment and let us know your city and country. We love hearing from our amazing viewers around the world. If this inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more incredible true tales that will restore your faith in humanity. We share amazing accounts of ordinary people doing extraordinary things every week. And here's something important. Share this video with your friends and family. In a world that often feels divided, examples like Marcus's remind us that kindness still matters, that character still counts, that helping others, even when it costs us something, can literally change lives. Who knows? Maybe your act of kindness today will set something incredible in motion tomorrow. Keep spreading kindness, keep believing in good people, and we'll see you in the next story. Thanks for watching.